Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. Now here, in this little package here, doesn't look very nice at all, but there are 17 hammered coins within this little bundle. I'll give you a sneak peek. We can try and show you. You can see they're full of hammered coins. Now I'm going to go through these and try and identify them. Now what's the story behind these hammered coins? Well, as we can see, they're not great quality because there are 17 hammered coins that I paid £17 for, so £1 each. And we're going to see if any of these were worth buying. It was all in a big bundle. It was all an eBay auction. And I believe that they were described as Tudor hammered coin lot, 17 coins. So we're going to try and identify them. Do comment down below with any help if you know your Tudor coins. This looks to be a penny. We can see where the shield would have been. There's a picture to the side there to help you. That's what my opinion has been formed as so far. As for the monarch, I really don't know. This isn't a good start. But there's just nothing that can be sort of gleaned off that coin so far. So that's not a great start. We'll try this one. I've just seen there's a big one in here. Let's just do that. Well, that one's fallen out. We'll get back to that big one. What on earth is this? Now, I'm not an expert with Tudor coins. By the way, this is part of the tripod for the filming, so I do apologise. There's a bit in my face with today's setup. Right, so that looks to be another penny with the cross. Bit damaged there. Well, I mean, very damaged. Bit of looseness there. So these all look to be pennies, or the two that I've looked at so far appear to be pennies. But can we get a monarch off this? Is that a rose? I think that's a rose and a shield. So I'm thinking James. Now, again, I'm no expert. At the end of the video, I'll do a bit more research and then come back to you with my final opinions, if you will. And yeah, like I say, do comment down below your own opinions. We've got a shield and what I believe to be a rose. So I'm thinking that's a James I penny, which isn't Tudor, which is Stuart, but similar era. We've got a few fallen out now. All right, let's keep them separate, which ones we've done and haven't done. There's this one here. I believe that says, is that an Eliz? A part of an Eliz? So this could be an Elizabeth. It's quite small, potentially an Elizabeth 2p, I believe. I do have an Elizabeth I 2p, and it is similar size. Try to get my other hand out of the way for the shadows. Yeah, so I'm personally thinking that this is an Elizabeth I 2p. Just by the size, and I think I see a bit of Elizabeth. Next up then is this. Now, apologies, this video might be an absolutely terrible video looking at some gnarly coins, but potentially you're enjoying it. I always find it a bit of fun to, take a gamble on a lot such as this and see what we can find. Seemingly here, we've got a lot of much better reverses than obverses. Let's zoom in, because you can see the shield there. You can see the long cross and then the shield. It does have a look of quite a Tudor-y looking coin. I'm going to say before Elizabeth. But again, the obverse has been so destroyed. Maybe it is an Elizabeth. Maybe not. Maybe a Henry. Some people, obviously it's the better the condition, the easier to tell. Some people might know from this, like the shape of the shield, you might know the monarch. And if you do, please let me know, because that one's going to be a challenge for me to try and work out what it's all about. I wanted to get one of these. Oh, that's a weird shape. Oh, I'm still zoomed in. Apologies. Right, got a bit of a weird shape one coming up, but I'll do this one. Oh, that's got a hole in it. These, yeah, really not good condition coins, to be fair. This, though, is, again, this looks to be a groat. From the size of it, I'm fairly certain this is a groat. It is a hold groat, unfortunately. Posvi Dev, it's reminiscent of Elizabeth for me. Again, Elizabeth is the most common hammered monarch to really find, I'm pretty sure to say. And look, we can see, so that would be the Elizabeth. So I think, there we go, an Elizabeth I groat. But, probably the best coin so far, but not great. This one is quite cool in terms of the damagely shaped coin. My opinion on this would be that it is a 6p. because the circumference looks like it would have been larger than this. You know, well, I don't know. Maybe it is the same. Hard to tell as always. A groat or a sixpence at one point in its life. Now very damaged, as we can see. I'd imagine potentially Elizabeth again. I think that's just says Ang for sort of England. Very hard to tell. Once again. Whoops. And yeah, so I don't really know on that one. Start a new row. So it's once again another one that you'll have to let me know about. Or maybe hopefully I can find out some more in the research. This one, I did see the picture of this one. And I was thinking, is it foreign? Because there looks to be some kind of, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe this was a different one I saw. That is really just a fragment though, to be fair. Hammered coin fragment, and I really wouldn't be able to tell you who the monarch is. You can just sort of just about see things going on, but then it's either worn or cut away before we can get enough to learn who it is. Here's the next one. Oh dear. I think some people used to rub the obverses, rub the monarch's head for luck. I'm not sure if that's why all the obverses are so much worse than the reverses, because look at that. Just barely anything. But then obviously the shape of it has been damaged, but pretty decent in terms of the condition to the reverse there. Again, I'm not sure. I would say from size, 3p. My guess is that this is a 3p. And again, I would lean to Elizabeth just because of how common her coinage is. But I really don't know. Not going as well as I thought, to be honest, in terms of IDing these. Again, I'd say an Elizabeth groat from the size, or rather now it is a half groat, I guess. Yeah, no, I mean, really not a great coin. That could be, where are we? Is that part of, I think that's part of Regina, not Elizabeth. So again, not for certain. And I just tip the rest of these out here at the bottom. Come on, I think that's all of them. Yes, I think I did mention, but these were from an auction from eBay. I thought I'll put a bid in at £1 a coin. Can't go terribly wrong, or maybe we have, I don't know. But yeah, I won them, and we're getting a video out of it, so hopefully you are enjoying it, even if it's not great. Now look at that. I recognise that. That is a throned, am I right? That is a part of a throned portrait. To the side on screen you can see what I'm thinking of, or what I'm going to think this is. This should be, yeah. So I'd say, with this coin, very hard to say, because of how little there is left. I'd imagine this is a sovereign type penny, of either Henry VII or Henry VIII. Does that say Henry? No, I don't know what that says there. Did Elizabeth have sovereign pennies? I don't think so. So that's what I'd say that is part of a sovereign penny. But again, we'll have to double check at the end, and you'll have to let me know. This one is quite darkened. Ooh. And there we go, the reverse is decent. But this one you should be able to let me know, or I should be able to do the research, because that is a mint mark. What it is, actually, I can't tell you, so maybe it's not as easy. But I believe these sort of mint mark style, I think it's a 2p maybe, or a 3p. I'd again be leaning to Elizabeth. But who knows? Not me. I will stay zoomed in for this. Ooh, bit of wording there. Is that the reverse? So we're going to have a... yeah. Shame. DG. Part of the legend you can see there. The portrait just gone, really. As is the reverse. Just a bit too far gone. Most of these are. That's the problem. They're just a bit, too damaged to identify. Here's one. And now, I'm not an expert. That could be pre-Elizabeth. Like, that could be Henry VIII. But I just can't... Oh, actually, does it say? I think it says Elizabeth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that says Elizabeth, actually. Either way, though, it's a bit of a better condition, kind of, for the bit that remains. What's this? Oh, dear. Is that even a coin anymore? Not really. Hammered coin fragment. Dearie me. Right, 2 left. Then we'll pause and do a bit of research and get back to you. Do comment down below anything you have any knowledge about. There we go. We've got a face for the first time this video. That is a sovereign type penny, or very damaged sovereign type penny. You can see there the obverse. So that will either be King Henry VII or King Henry VIII. If there's any way to tell, do let me know. But I think that's about as close as we're going to get with the identification on that coin. That's pretty cool though. Maybe that one is worth £1. I don't know if all of these are going to be worth £1 each, which is what I paid, but you know, it's not too bad, I guess. And then I think we're going to end off with an Elizabeth. Oh, is that? No, you can see it there, look. Crown, face. That is another. I hope the camera's picking it up, but you can see the chair behind, and this is his body, and the crown and head there. That is another sovereign type penny. So again, either Henry VIII or 7th. Try and show it off as best I can in the light for those of you that may be able to identify it or specify which Henry VII or 8th, which it is. So there we go. We'll zoom back out. That is the bundle. So there we go, that's the bundle. It looks a bit better from this angle because I've put them all sort of best side up, but we don't have much more to go on. I'm going to cut back to you now with a little bit of research if I find anything else out. But otherwise, you know, any insight will be appreciated. And I think a bit of a, not so sure whether it was a good purchase or not, but we'll have to, you know, you have to let me know. Anyway, please, well, we'll go back, we'll do the outro after I can maybe add a few more identification to some of these coins. I wasn't able to identify much more about these coins, but very stupidly, I didn't even press record for my final rambling, so I do apologise. I will continue to research them myself. Please comment down below anything you know. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and as always, please do leave a like and subscribe and help us on our journey towards 20,000 subscribers.